Greetings, 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 good people. Happy Thursday. Okay, it's Friday Eve. It's February the 23rd, 2023. And I got some hot topics that I want to talk to you guys about. Hopefully, everybody is enjoying their day so far. All right, it's a sunny day where I am, a beautiful day outside. Hopefully, the same is the case with you guys. All right. So, we got some things to get into. Quavo basically confirmed that the Migos, it's a wrap. I mean, many of us have suspected that, right? We kind of assumed that that would take place following the tragic death of Takeoff. So Quavo confirmed Migos is over. I'm going to get into that. Don Lemon, he apparently is now committed to CNN. So I guess Don Lemon says that he is going to behave himself and he wants to stay with CNN. Eric Holder, I hope I'm saying his last name right. The man who has been convicted of taking Nipsey Hussle's life, he has recently been sentenced yesterday, as a matter of fact. Got a couple of other hot topics sprinkled in between those juicy topics. Okay, shout out to my Twitch viewers, shout out to my YouTube viewers. Welcome to all of the YouTube royal family members, aka subscribers. Please be sure to like the video as you are rolling in. That is your quote unquote admission fee. Okay, costs you absolutely nothing, but it helps a lot. All right, and also dive in the comment section, share your thoughts. I enjoy reading your comments. Some of you are very well thought out individuals. So I enjoy reading your comments. Okay. So before we get started with all of today's shenanigans, I'd like to start with a little bit of inspiration. I see that the Shade Room has been posting a lot of the morning inspiration. Well, where I am right now, it's 12:07 in the afternoon, okay, but it's morning somewhere, right? So I thought that this was absolutely adorable, and somebody might need to hear this, okay? So like to hear it, here it go.
And I hope you're having a good morning this morning. I just want you to know that whatever that you're going through, God will make a way.
Tell him.
Because sometimes we win and sometimes we lose. But it's a part of life that everyone goes through. Sometimes there's joy and sometimes there's pain. But it's a part of God's plan.
Yes.
So we got to trust and believe that God will make a way. Because I'm telling you that God will make a way. God bless you, and may heaven smile on you, and have a good day.
Yes. Yes, Reverend Littlefoot. Yes. Now, let me tell you something. You could tell that his parents are probably old, or he got some older people around him. Listen, teach these young babies, how to encourage themselves and other people. Our kids get sent off to school and they are sometimes in a war zone, can end up being in a war zone, okay? We sending them out into the world and they're susceptible to all types of ish. Okay, so if this young man can speak this into a camera that is recording, I'm pretty sure that he can encourage himself and possibly encourage some of his peers. So I'm absolutely positively here for it. I like that the Shade Room has these morning inspiration posts. Here is another one I thought was extremely interesting and much needed. The comment section was a little bit interesting as well, but nonetheless, it's encouragement. Now, why is it not starting from the beginning? All right, let's take a look and listen. Like to hear, here you go.
He does not deserve anything from you. Rise above that. Walk in your greatness. Do you hear me? God damn it.
I hear you.
You are better than that. And I'll be damned if you said anything below that. Do you hear me?
I hear you.
I love you. Do better. Do you hear me? Do better. And I'm saying that, I know it's harsh and I don't mean it to be, but I love you, so I'm saying it. You hear me?
I love you.
I love you. Okay? That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna let grown folks be grown folks, but I'm gonna say my truth because I'm obligated because I love you.
That's pretty, as you should.
Okay? So that's my tough love, and I'm sorry if it came off as rough.
No, you're good.
All right. Okay. Love yourself more than you love. That man does not deserve you. He does not deserve your attention. He does not deserve your jealousy. He does not deserve anything from you. Rise above that. Walk in your greatness. Do you hear me? God damn it.
All right. You know what I'm saying? So she was encouraging her good sis. I love that. What do you guys think about that? Now, you guys know The shade room comments can range from entertaining to offensive and everything in between. Child, somebody wrote, all of this wisdom will be forgotten when he sends her that text, what you doing? I can't. I can't. But this is the type of encouragement that I like. Like, I'm this type of person. I'm a very encouraging, uplifting type of person. When it comes to people and their relationships, I stay the bleep out of it. I don't talk about who should break up with who, but you never know. Everybody's relationships are different. But I don't tell anybody to break up with anybody. I don't do none of that. I will encourage you individually and not even mention your relationship. But you know what? Sometimes people need help. They need to be encouraged. And sister girl on the left is encouraging her friend, could be her sister. We don't know who it is, but I am here for it. But these comments are absolutely funny. Somebody else wrote, friends need friends that's going to tell you the truth about your BS and not what you want to hear. That definitely is a true friend, not somebody that will just watch you make a fool of yourself or hope that you make a fool of yourself, but encourage you. But everybody ain't able, child. Everybody ain't able. Anyway. All right, up next. So shout out to the morning inspiration that the Shade Room oftentimes provides. I love it. I love it. Keep it coming. Okay, on to more interesting matters. Did you guys hear about this? I saw this story yesterday. So the New York Post, many other media outlets posted this. A man was arrested for eating $5 worth of chips dropped by a convenience store thief. Yes, this is a true story. A Tennessee man has been arrested after he ate 2 bags of chips that someone else had stolen from a convenience store and dropped on the ground. This is according to police. Joseph Braswell, 36, was charged with theft of merchandise after he was caught with crumbs on him from the chips, which were worth less than $5. And this happened, obviously, in Tennessee, in this country, y'all. Emphasis on this country. The article goes on. The incident took place on February 9th after another man got into an argument with a clerk at a Circle K grocery store in the area of Parkway Village in Memphis after she refused to sell him beer. This is what's being reported. The unhappy customer grabbed an entire display case laden with hundreds of bags of chips and carried it to his car parked outside as seen on store surveillance video. So for whatever reason, he probably didn't have his ID, couldn't get beer. So he'd take a whole rack of potato chips, carried it out the store. Along the way, a couple of snack bags detached from the display case and fell to the ground. Okay. After the thief drove off with his crunchy loot, Braswell walked by the parking lot and picked up 2 bags of chips that had fallen. Memphis police said the merchandise was valued at $4.98. Okay, so this is this man's mug shot. A few minutes later, officers who were called to investigate the heist found Braswell across the street from the ransacked convenience store with telltale chip crumbs on his face. Cops reviewed surveillance video from the store and concluded that Braswell was aware that the snacks that he devoured had been stolen. Braswell was booked into jail, y'all, where he spent several days before he was released on his own recognizance. Braswell's mother told the Memphis news station that she does not think it was necessary to lock her son up over 2 bags of chips that someone else pilfered, stole, like something insignificant, something that doesn't really cost a lot of money, but was still stolen. Okay, so this is the surveillance footage. You see that white car. The chips are being loaded into the car. I don't know who that is in the black standing there. That might be Braswell. I have no clue. Okay, you see the man at the door. Look to your left, your bottom left in the picture. Look at all of those chips that he carrying to his car that's parked outside. The mother of Braswell said that her son needs help, but her efforts to get him a psychiatric assessment have been unsuccessful. I try to get him assessed, and every time he goes downtown for something like this, they never assess him. This is what the mother said. Online arrest records indicate that Braswell has a lengthy criminal record that includes multiple charges of domestic assault, driving without a valid license, and probation violations. 2 weeks later, police are still searching for the brazen crook who took off with the display of chips. So they can't even find the man who took the chips. But 2 bags fell to the ground and this man ate them. He was in jail for several days and then released. Mama is saying he has mental health issues. She thinks. She's trying to get him psychologically evaluated. Can't. In this country. Can't get him psychologically evaluated, but he can get locked up for a few days for $4.98 worth of chips in America. If no one sees the problem with this right here, then you're most likely a part of the problem. This is absolutely positively sad. Lord have mercy. His poor mother was probably mortified to hear that her son was locked up for something. So come on, the cops could have paid for the damn chips. This country is every day just shows how much of a disgrace this country is. Let me move on before I start saying some offensive ish. All right, up next, share your thoughts on that, ladies and gentlemen. I understand. Yes, he consumes stolen goods, right? But come on, man, for real, $4.98. How much does it cost to arrest and jail someone who commits a crime? I'm pretty sure it damn sure don't cost $4.98. All right. Here's another idiot. Well, excuse me. This guy wasn't an idiot, but this is foolishness. Absolute foolishness. I just call that guy an idiot. I didn't mean to call him an idiot. Okay. So an armed robber stayed at the crime scene to eat a victim's fried chicken, is what prosecutors are saying. Now, I saw this story on the Neighborhood Talk on Instagram, but the grammatical errors, I was very confused. So I searched for the story myself and found a media outlet that reported the story correctly, right? So a Chicago man is facing a bucket of felony charges. That was clever. After allegedly robbing a man at gunpoint and then staying at the scene to eat the victim's takeout fried chicken. Okay, Chicago police arrived at the robbery scene within minutes and allegedly found James Taylor, who's 20, still there enjoying the victim's delicious fried chicken. Officials said that the victim, 35, parked in front of his home around 1:30 a.m. and started to head toward his residence with his piping hot Yardbird. What is Yardbird? A restaurant in Chicago? Taylor interrupted him to ask for a light, but the victim said that he didn't have one and kept walking. Taylor then tapped the man on the shoulder. When the victim turned around, Taylor was pointing a pistol at his face. The victim handed over his keys, $2 in cash, a debit card, and the fried chicken. Taylor, according to the victim, climbed into the victim's car and oh no, this is the prosecutor said this. Taylor, according to Fletch, the prosecutor, climbed into the victim's car and went to work on the chicken while the victim dialed 911. Yes, he stayed there eating chicken in a car that he just stole from somebody at gunpoint while the cops were being called. Police arrested Taylor a few minutes later. He is charged with armed robbery with a firearm, aggravated unlawful use of a weapon, aggravated possession of a stolen motor vehicle, and illegal possession of a debit card. Okay, the judge ordered Taylor to pay a $15,000 bail deposit to go home on electronic monitoring. Okay, so he got an ankle bracelet. The judge also advised Taylor, who has no criminal background, that he faces a minimum sentence of 21 years in prison if convicted of the armed robbery charge. However, prosecutors routinely offer defendants in similar situations the opportunity to plead guilty to a reduced charge for significantly lighter punishments. That man probably was high. He absolutely positively had to be high. But then again, if he was, they would have said so, right? They would have said that drugs was in his system. But you really robbed somebody at gunpoint? But you know what? It may sound crazy, but see, it's desperate times out here for some people. That man could have been homeless. He could have been hungry, but he has no criminal record. I don't know. I want more of an explanation on this. I was leaning towards he could be high, then also he could be homeless. But you sat and ate the chicken in the car that you stole while the victim called 911. Just weird. Drugs, right? Drugs. That's what it sounds like to me. Drugs. Well, you do the crime, you're gonna have to do the time. Now look, you had a clean record, and you could be facing 20 years, and you're gonna get hit with an armed robbery charge. Yikes, yikes. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Okay, I thought that this was interesting. Plies, the rapper Plies. I follow him on Instagram. He oftentimes has very comical, entertaining. He's always saying something that I'm interested in listening to, right? So I thought that this would be something interesting for you guys to take a listen to if you haven't already seen it. So let's see what Big Cousin Plies has to say. Like to hear it? Here you go.
It's quick. This just my opinion. This ain't. I don't need it to be your opinion. I don't need it to be his opinion. This is my opinion. I stay having this conversation with my mom. We stay going back and forth. She one of them people. I stay by myself. I'm independent. I don't need no man. Ain't nobody finna be talking to me no any kind of way. All the tough independent shit. And it's like I tell Mom, you got the right to do whatever you want to do. All I'm trying to tell you is the system was not designed for you to be trying to do this shit yourself. It wasn't designed for a woman to be trying to do it by themselves, and this shit wasn't designed for a man to be trying to do it by themselves. This shit was designed for two people to be trying to figure this shit out together. And I ain't telling nobody to stand nothing unhealthy in order to survive. I ain't telling you that. But all this shit that she love to talk about, you know, this whole independent, I say, like I tell all the time, Mom, that shit sound good if you was a motherfucking rapper. If you was a rapper, the independent shit, that shit sound like a hit motherfucking record. I ain't talking about no motherfucking rapping. I'm talking about reality. This shit was not designed for nobody to be out here trying to fend for this shit by themselves. That's all I'm saying. So all of this, I ain't letting nobody tell me what to do. Motherfucking Verizon tell you what to do. They tell you when you gonna pay that motherfucking cell phone bill. I bet you that. Motherfucking light people. They tell you what you gonna motherfucking do. And when you gonna do it by. Or your motherfucking ass gonna be in the dark. So all I'm saying is, this whole notion that everybody wanna live in, man and woman. It ain't just no females, males too.
Right.
I'ma do this shit myself, fuck them pussy holes, and the women fuck these niggas. I do all that shit sound great. If it was a motherfucking hot 16. But I ain't talking about no motherfucking 16. What I am telling you is, the people who put this shit together, they did not design for nobody to be trying to do it themselves. That's all I'm motherfucking saying. What y'all think?
Well, first of all, I like Plies. I really enjoy his IG lives. He's given us some memorable moments over the years. Very funny, very thought-provoking. I don't disagree with how he feels. Like he says, it's how he feels. So there isn't anything for me to agree or disagree with. However, I do agree with people shouldn't be out here doing anything alone, right? I do also agree that the system that he is speaking of was not designed for people to be out here by themselves, quote unquote, doing things alone, right? What I hear when I listen to this, and I listened twice, it sounds to me like he is concerned about his mom's well-being. He is a son, obviously, and he wants his mom to be probably protected. Now I'm assuming he probably wants his mother to be protected by a man. He doesn't want his mother to be alone. You know, she probably lives wherever she lives. Let's say she lives in a house. She probably lives in a house by herself. Maybe she has some family members around her, but he wants her to be with a man, to be protected. He's concerned about his mom. I don't think he is bashing his mother or saying anything negative to her. I think she's lived life. He has lived life, and he has more life to live as well. But he sounds like someone who cares about his mom, and he doesn't want his mom to be alone. However, son, I don't know how old Plies is. when he says that his mother says things like, I ain't got no time for that. I want to be by myself. I ain't got time for nobody to be talking to me any type of way. That sounds to me like your mother has lived through some things. I don't know what. And she's tired. As a black woman in this country, you don't have the same experience as her, you being a black man. You've come into wealth through, rapping and entertainment. I don't know how your mom came up. Maybe that wasn't the case when you were growing up, and she had to do what she had to do. When people constantly play with your time, disappoint you in a sense, they're not loyal, waste your time, stress you out, sometimes you feel, listen, I'm more than capable of doing what I need to do for myself. So I'm just going to do what I need to do for myself and be at peace. Now, there's a difference between being alone and lonely. Maybe your mother isn't lonely, but a lot of people equate being alone with being lonely. I believe they're very different. And they are different. They're different, right? So just because your mother may be a single woman doesn't mean that she's lonely. Plies just wants her to have a man probably to protect her, and he don't want nothing to happen to his mother. I get it. I absolutely get it. So some of the comments were very, very interesting. And it's a good read. So if you have time, you go to his page and read some of these comments. But this one, sometimes you really don't have a choice but to be alone and or do it alone. When people constantly let you down and betray you, that pushes you away sometimes and leads you to not caring about quote unquote company. Somebody else wrote, sometimes you just don't have no other choice, bruh, especially if a man you thought was loyal turned out not to be. So I get, like I said, Plies is looking at it from the angle of he's a man and he don't want his mother to be alone or lonely. His mama looking at it from a point of view is like, child, I done lived life. I done dealt with so many people, seen so many things. I'm tired of folk. I just want my peace. Both of them are right. You know what I mean? And you look at things based on the things that you've experienced. That can shape your thinking. So what do you guys think? I can go on and on and on. And this system that he is talking about, that he says wasn't designed for people to do anything alone. You got to remember who the system was designed for, my brother. And I hate to be that type of person, but the system wasn't designed for us to succeed. So you have to basically kind of construct and be the engineer of your own system in a sense, and use it and work it to your benefit. But alone doesn't mean lonely. You can have companionship. You can make your own family. You have relatives and you have family. I believe they're two different things. So your mother may not be lonely, but to you, she is, because she is single and alone. Trust me, some people would rather their peace. Ask people who have been divorced or who got divorced how they feel. It's all about perspective. But I respect his point of view. I absolutely respect his point of view. And I like the fact that he says, this is how I feel. This is my opinion. I'm not talking about the men and I'm not talking about the women. Most people are in survival mode. At the end of the day, you do what you got to do. Oh, another point that I wanted to make. He talked about Verizon and the light bill. Here's the thing. Of course, mama is going to make sure that Verizon bill, her cell phone bill, is paid. She is in a contract with Verizon, right? So it's a mutual benefit. Verizon will provide the services that your mama need, and she will pay the bill. She pays the bill. Verizon keeps providing the services. Everybody has an understanding of their role. If one person lacks, then somebody else is going to lose out. So it's pretty much strict and straightforward. She don't pay the light bill, the lights will get cut off. As long as she pay the light bill, she'll have lights. She could turn on lights, go to sleep with lights on, wake up with lights off. Mutually beneficial. So I understand the point that he was trying to make, but there's no disappointment when it comes to Verizon and the light man. As long as she paying the light bill and as long as she paying Verizon, she knows that Verizon is going to provide the service that she's paying for, and the light company is going to provide the service that she's paying for. No, nothing more, nothing less. So they've built that relationship. That's how it goes. So of course she's going to be loyal and pay that bill, because she knows as long as I pay that bill, I'll get the services that I'm paying for. Mutual benefit. So that's how I feel about that. But shout out to Plies though. I do, like I said, I do enjoy his commentary and I do like him. But what do you feel? What do you think about what he said? Go and read the comments. Go on his page. Very, very interesting perspective. There's a lot of people out here that they just tired, child. They absolutely fed up. All right, moving along. Don Lemon. All right. Is anybody else tired of hearing about this Don Lemon thing? It's like you either gonna keep the man on the damn network or you not. All this merry-go-round and ring around the rosy, it's annoying. So according to TMZ, Don Lemon wants to be with CNN long term. Strategize return apology with network. Okay. Not only is Don Lemon thankful to be back on the air at CNN, he wants to remain there for the foreseeable future and worked hand in hand with the network on his return apology, TMZ learned. Sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ that Don was in contact with CNN honchos throughout his entire time off with a common goal: get back to work and apologize for his wrongdoing. Okay. So this is what he posted to his Twitter. All right. In fact, TMZ says that they were told it was agreed upon by both Don and the network that he would tweet out an apology before getting back on air Wednesday. Okay. Sources say that Don never refused to apologize on air. Everyone, including the network, thought it would be best they get back to reporting the news and move on from Don's mishap. Okay. Additional sources say there was never an impression internally Don would be fired, despite many outside CNN calling for that. So the public, you guys already know, things happen, and then these lynch mobs are formed, for lack of a better term. But they never planned on firing him. You know, people on social media were calling for him to be fired. He should be fired because what he said was quote unquote so offensive and sexist. But CNN said, nah, we ain't planning to fire him. We just strategized and said, look, you issue an apology on Twitter, you apologize, you do some sensitivity training or whatever it's called, and you come back on air. And I said, when I first talked about this, I said, I don't think that CNN is going to fire him because he could probably sue. We don't know what his contractual obligations are with CNN. You know, these networks don't want to get sued. So they'll probably keep him for as long as they can without any legal ramifications and probably toss him or opt not to renew his contract whenever that is up. Okay. So TMZ sources say that Don feels awful. He said something dumb and made the mistake, but he's now acknowledged it and apologized publicly and internally. Okay. As previously reported, Don was dragged for his sexist comment about Nikki Haley last week and jumped on a CNN staff call the day after to address the issue. But now all seems to be water under the bridge, at least for Don's bosses. Okay. So I don't know. Who knows what's happening behind the scene? I just feel like stop trying to embarrass this man, child. You know what, Don, when your contract is up, I really, really, really hope that you're kind of looking to venture out. You never know. I don't even think CNN really cares. I just think that they probably got a lot of emails and letters sent to them and social media, you know, the court of public opinion basically crucified him. So CNN had to do something. I don't even think CNN they don't even care. And plus his co-hosts, two white women, the co-hosts probably were very, very upset. And you know how things move and shake when a certain hue of people start shedding tears. Okay. Shout out to Don Lemon, man. I really hope to see him with his own show in the near future. Okay. But I wouldn't be surprised if when his contract is up, somehow they don't have enough money to renew his contract or he takes a pay cut, forcing him to leave. We'll see how this plays out. We shall see. All right. Who's up next? Kim Zolciak. You guys have been hearing about Kim Zolciak all week, last month, about her house being up for auction. You know, she's going into foreclosure. Her house went into foreclosure. I reported, I think it was yesterday, that she is selling some of her items. It looks like they're trying to clean up their house to get it prepared to be auctioned off. Okay. Well, according to TMZizzle, Her daughters deny that their family home is in foreclosure. Okay, Kim Zolciak's kiddos are denying the family's Georgia mansion is in foreclosure and heading to the auction block, claiming that it's all a misunderstanding. Okay, so Brielle and Ariana, those are Kim's daughters, not with Croy. This is from her previous relationship. Tried to clear the air Wednesday, telling photogs at LAX the family is still living in their Alpharetta estate with no plans on moving out. Brielle and Ariana say that the family's belongings are still in the home and they're not concerned about losing the house, saying they even slept there before traveling across the country. Okay. Kim's daughters, they don't go into depth on what the so-called misunderstanding is, but as TMZ reported last week, a public notice stated that the home is scheduled to be auctioned off March 7th at the Fulton County Courthouse. A law firm previously told TMZ that they were handling the foreclosure for Kim and Croy Bearman's home, which rests along the 18th hole of the Manor Golf and Country Club. Kim's kids say that the house is already saved and their mom hasn't said anything to them about an upcoming auction, though they admit they've asked Kim about all of the news reports. Okay, remember, Kim and Croy bought the home way back in 2012 for $880,000, and it's been heavily featured on ROA and the couple's own reality show, Don't Be Tardy. The estate has an elevator, pool, waterfall, spa, and basketball court. Truist Bank reportedly began foreclosure proceedings on the property back in August after Kim and Croy defaulted on their mortgage. It will be interesting to see what happens March 7th. Kim's kids say, stay tuned. Now, these girls have been on reality television since they were very, very young. They're grown now, pretty much, right? I think they're both in their 20s, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, they're a lot older, so who knows? Kim probably told them, look, paparazzi's going to be hounding you. Don't say anything. We don't know what they know. We don't know what they don't know. They claim that Kim ain't tell them nothing about no auction. That very well could be true. We shall see what happens. Maybe Kim was able to link up with a bankruptcy lawyer, maybe, and stop some things. You never know. You never know. So March 7th is rapidly approaching. I'm hoping that she doesn't have to abruptly come out of the house and shake up, the kids, the younger kids, world. But you got to do what you got to do, Kim. So we'll see how this pans out. Still in the vein of Kim Zolciak-Bearman, she's ordered to pay American Express $215,000 over credit card debt. So all of this foreclosure talk is going on, and Amex says that they want their money. Okay, so the Jasmine brand is reporting that it looks like Kim Zolciak-Bearman's financial woes are finally being revealed, according to Radar. Ooh, that Radar Online, child. Ooh. According to Radar Online, Kim Zolciak-Bearman was ordered to pay American Express $215K after blowing off a lawsuit that accused her of refusing to pay her credit card bill. According to court documents, back in November 2018, Kim was sued by Amex, National Bank in Georgia court. The suit said that Zolciak had refused to pay a $215K plus bill despite numerous demands. Kim, really? American Express became frustrated with waiting for Zolciak to pay up and decided to move forward with the suit. Court records show Kim's husband, Croy Bearman, was served with the legal papers at their Alpharetta, Georgia home in February 19th, 2018, girl? Did you think that this was going to go away? 9 years later, the credit card company is still attempting to collect on the debt. Wow. Kim, it's not a good look. Absolutely not a good look. If I was you, Kim, stop posting pictures of Croy vacuuming in the house in his boxers. Just stay off of social media, girl, and handle your business. I'm pretty sure you know some people that could help you with this situation, help you get everything back on track for the sake of those young babies that she has in that home. I don't know, Croy, what the heck is going on? Croy ain't saying nothing, but he doesn't seem to be a big social media person, so it is what it is. I wish them the best of luck, child. Good luck. I think Kim know what she's doing, so hopefully she'll be able to get herself out of this situation. All right, up next, Okay. Jess Hilarious is the guest host for this week, was a guest host for this week on The Breakfast Club, right? And she basically was reading a story about Master P owing somebody else money. And she revealed that Master P still has money that he has yet to pay her. Okay, so she kind of clarified. Master P responded, and then Jess Hilarious responded back. Now, this was from the other day. This first clip is from the other day. Let's listen to what Jess Hilarious had to say. Like to hear? Here you go.
That man will talk a good game to you. Like, even with me, I got the hookup. I'm still owed some bread for that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. You know,
did he pay you at all?
Yeah, for the first scene. And then I did 2 scenes. He thought because he used 1 scene, he ain't got paid for the second one. No, I stayed there
And you did
for
2
13
scenes.
hours to do 2 scenes.
How much he owe you?
But that's not how it works, though. I thought you get paid for a movie. Don't you get paid for the whole
No,
movie?
I do my scene when it's come to a skit movie like that. Is
What?
you know, I got the hookup was a long skit.
So basically, Master P owes her money, according to Jess Hilarious. Okay. This is a scene from I Got the Hookup 2. This was her on set. Master P said that she's a star. She's about her business. I can't wait to do more stuff with her. This was from 2018. Okay. So apparently Master P must have posted to one of these social media apps. And he says, I wish Fat Gleesh, I don't know who that is. I guess that's who the original story was about, the best. But he's owed nothing, from me or my company. The only business we ever did was put out a free mixtape on livemixtapes.com. Pardon me. Excuse me, y'all. I had to take a sip of water. Go ahead. Don't be shy. You can read. All right. Mixtapes.com in 2013, which is available to download for free today. We also put it on iTunes, which it didn't sell because you could get it free from Live Mixtape, yada yada. He also goes on to say, for the cowards hiding behind their computers enforcing fake news, I do have Jess Hilarious official, he tagged Jess Hilarious contract from 5 years ago for I Got the Hookup 2, and the copy of the check that was cashed and paid. She was joking about a second check that was never in her contract. That's the narrative they ran with for clickbait and fake headlines. Thank God for receipts. So Master P is basically saying that Jess Hilarious is lying on his name for clickbait. Here's what Jess Hilarious had to say about that.
And their computers enforcing fake news. I do have Jess Hilarious contract from 5 years ago for I Got the Hookup 2 and the copy of the check that was cashed and paid. She was joking about. Not I was joking. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. I ain't read this part. Yo said she was just joking. She be playing. Y'all know her. Like, stop playing with me, yo. Yo, she was joking about a second check that was never in her contract. That's the narrative they ran with for clickbait and fake headlines. Thank God for receipts. You think out of everybody out there right now, I'm going to come after you for clickbait and fake headlines. I don't have to do that, sir. Now, he playing around with me because I never said it was it wasn't never like a second check. It was money paid up front, and then it was supposed to been another $15,000.
Oh, so you didn't get the other half of your money?
Yeah, I didn't get the other half of my money. Stop playing with me like this was check 1, check 2. No, he said for the coward.
Wow. So what do you guys think about that? And then he also goes on to post again. Let me tell you something about Master P. Whenever anybody says that he hasn't paid them, because this is not the first time that he has been accused of not paying people. Whenever anyone says that he doesn't pay them, Master P definitely going to either give you a video or he going to give you a long post, okay? I ain't reading all this, okay? He put down here at the bottom, I love Jess Hilarious official, and I know she was just cracking jokes because she signed her contract and got paid what she was owed for I Got the Hookup 2. But if she trying to squeeze me for another 10K, she got that. Ooh, one thing about the truth, it can't be changed and it will always come to light. What they meant for harm, God will use for good. You know how God ain't got nothing to do with this. Okay, if you owe that woman money, then pay her. It would be wise. You say you got her contract, then you know what you do? Go over the contract and just post the contract on social media, I guess. I don't know. for those of us who are nosy who want to see it. Now, this is not the first time that Master P has been accused of not paying people. Okay, remember his son basically said that he ain't get a dime in all his years of living and all the years that he was doing music ever since he was Lil Romeo. All right, and then Master P went on to record a video from, it looks like, his backyard with a lake backdrop, saying that, you know, he's always been there for his son, yada yada. Remember when he was getting divorced from Romeo and then mama, and she was trying to get spousal support or child support or something like that, and that was a big mess. I don't know, Master P. Where there's smoke, there's fire. So if you owe Just Hilarious, maybe you didn't read the contract properly. Go over the contract and right your wrongs. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be circulating all over social media for the next week or so, because Master P definitely is going to respond. Okay, y'all remember when Monica said that he don't take care of his little brother, C Murder, and she's the one that always put money on his books, and Master P could have helped. Now that I didn't believe. I don't know about that. But that's something completely different. But what do you guys think about Just Hilarious basically calling out Master P? I mean, I don't think she intended to embarrass him, but there was a story about him owing somebody money, and she basically talked about her experience. And then he came and said that she was joking. Just said, look, I'm a comedian, but don't take me for a joke. I mean, listen, pay up, Master Percy, pay up. If you owe the woman her money, or whoever is claiming you owe them money, read over your contracts. People make mistakes. You never know. Somebody in your camp could be trying to set you up or stealing money. Read your contracts yourself. And if you owe these people money, pay them. If not, for us nosy folks, show the contract. Duh. Simple as that. Simple as that. All right. Who's up next? Who's next on the docket? Okay. All right, we're moving this train along. So you guys, if you haven't heard, Eric Holder has been sentenced to 60 years to life in prison. Okay. New details about the trial surrounding Nipsey Hussle's untimely death has surfaced. According to reports, a Los Angeles judge sentenced Eric Holder, the man convicted of gunning down rapper Nipsey Hussle, to 60 years to life in prison. As previously reported, Eric Holder was found guilty on first-degree murder for fatally shooting Nipsey Hussle. The murder took place on March 31st, 2019, outside of Nipsey's clothing store in South Central LA. Okay, it's a nice picture of Nipsey Hussle. Following the highly publicized trial, Eric Holder was also convicted of 2 counts of attempted voluntary manslaughter and 2 counts of assault with a firearm for the gunfire that hit 2 other men at the scene who survived. Okay. So justice has been served. Honestly, when this trial was going down, I said there's absolutely no way that this man is gonna walk. Okay. So he's been sentenced. How do you guys feel about this sentence? Well, you do the crime, you do the time. Now, some people don't believe that Eric Holder was the one who orchestrated this. But I'm pretty sure in about 10 to 15 years, if not 20, we'll find out some new quote unquote developments with this situation. It's always like that, right? Like a decade, almost 2 decades later than a incident happens, you find out new developments. Like, look, Biggie Small's been dead for how long? Since 97, right? The anniversary of his death is rapidly approaching, right? And you still have people with their conspiracy theories, for lack of a better phrase, you know, not that I don't take them seriously, but, you know, that bodyguard, Puffy's old bodyguard, is still out here talking about that night. So, and again, Biggie died in 97, March 9th, 1997, right? So I'm pretty sure 10, 20 years down the line, we'll find out some new developments that other people were involved, or it's always like that. And we'll find out why, or we'll find out theories about why his life specifically was taken in the manner that it was. Either way, if he had anything to do with it, whether he orchestrated it or not, he was the one that actually committed the act. So there you have it. Get familiar with your new home, sir. All right, let's move this along, because I want to talk about Migos. This is so sad, y'all. So, Quavo confirms that the Migos are done. Raise your hand if you were surprised. How on earth would this group go on when Takeoff has gone home to glory, right? And Quavo and Offset are on horrible terms. It can't be the Migos with just Quavo. I think Quavo is going to go on and continue to make music. And I don't know. I just don't know how I feel. I still feel unsettled with this entire thing because it has been a total ish show, and it's just getting weirder and weirder by the day. Okay. So this is Complex Music. I saw this on their IG page. All right. I can't play the song. Okay. So Quavo has a new song out titled Greatness. Okay. And a part of the lyrics of the song. So don't ask about the group. He gone, we gone, young ninja. It can't come back. No one is surprised. It's so unfortunate. Ugh. This is a picture of Takeoff and Quavo. Now I pulled up the lyrics to this song, right? And I know Genius doesn't always get it right, but I like to listen. When I listen for lyrics. You know what I mean? I want to hear punchlines, double entendres. I want to hear any messages. So I just went. I didn't hear the song, so I just went and pulled up the lyrics, and I highlighted this part in blue. Came in, swept the game like a storm, with the mother effing flow, ninja. Take did that. And parentheses, they have their ad libs or whatever. So don't ask about the group. He gone, we gone, young ninja. It can't come back. I'ma make sure mama straight, especially mama take. I can't kick it with a fake. And I don't sleep with the snakes. I'd rather eat with the greats. I wanted peace, but I can't. I gotta get something straight. There was another part also that I wanted to point out, where it seems like he was taking, we bound to fall against the odds. We get up and go crazy. It was something else here. It's something about QC ending. Here it go. I got that ish out the mud and caught a little buzz. Then QC changed it. You guys know that QC, Quality Control, is the record label that they were signed to. And P and Coach, who are the label heads, basically sold 50% of the company, or maybe more, to Scooter Braun and this overseas company. Scooter Braun is in charge of the U.S. portion of this company. So that's a mess. I didn't report on that, but I think I posted it to my community tab. So who knows what's going to become of the artists that were signed to QC. So basically Q and P are not really going to have much say so. That's what I'm assuming anyway. And I think this deal garnered like a couple of $100 million they sold the company for. So after they pay taxes, maybe some silent investors, they'll split whatever it is between Q and P, and then that leaves the artists to deal with this new management. So it's just been downhill. Like, it's just everything on that side has been downhill, man. So many lives were negatively impacted by Takeoff losing his life, and then you got the internet gangsters, and then people adding to it. It's just an all-around sad situation, but I'm not surprised that the Migos has officially basically been disbanded. I mean, they've been disbanded when Takeoff and Quavo decided to branch off and do Unk and Few. There was no Migos after that, right? They damn sure had a good run. They really did. It's just so unfortunate. A life loss, severed relationships, drama, street talk. How do you guys feel about the Migos breaking up? They had a good run. They really amassed a lot of success. So good luck with them, man. Yeah, that's all I got to say. I don't know what else to say. I just still feel a little eerie about a lot of things, but we shall see. All right, y'all. That's all I got. It was a light day. Nothing really going on. Ain't got no more. Please be sure to drop down in the comments, YouTube family members. Royal family members, drop that in the comments. Share your thoughts. You still have time to like the video. That is considered you paying your admission fee. Okay, welcome to all of the new subscribers. Welcome. Make sure you familiarize yourself with some of the other content on the channel. Okay, I greatly appreciate your support and engagement. Also, holla at me on social media. Okay, Twitter, she_Royal B, Twitch and YouTube, she_Royal B, Instagram, she_Royal B TV. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm signing off, but I will be back. If you're subscribed, please make sure your notifications are on, because I definitely will be uploading throughout the course of the day. All right. That's all I got. Ain't got no more. I love you for watching. As always, until next time. Peace.